honorees, welcome to our annual Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Awards Banquet. Tonight we gather to celebrate excellence, innovation, and dedication within our business community. Tonight we honor these individuals and organizations who have not only excelled in their respective fields, but have also contributed to the betterment of our community as a whole. Their accomplishments serve as beacons of inspiration, guiding us towards a future filled with possibility and prosperity. As we come together to recognize and applaud these outstanding achievers, let us also reaffirm our commitment to support and uplift one another. May tonight's celebration serve as a testament to the power of unity and collective efforts in building a vibrant and thriving community. My name is Mendy McAdams, and it is my honor and privilege to serve as the Executive Director of the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce. This year's banquet has once again been sponsored by Midwest One Bank. Thank you for being a returning sponsor and for supporting your community and your chamber since 1994. Thank you to our program sponsor and host venue, the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. They've done a wonderful job and the room looks lovely, and we appreciate all of their hard work. Jefferson County Cider Works, we appreciate the kegs of cider. And to Wheaton & Companies for making sure we have plenty to drink and we're not thirsty. We appreciate all of your support. A sincere thank you to our table decor sponsor, Fairfield Dental Clinic. Don't these tables look lovely? I want to give a huge shout out to our board president, Denise Hall, for her dedication and hard work to make this event look as amazing as she is. You are truly a rock star. Many thanks to Jim Edgston and the jazz band. We appreciate all of their talents. Thank you to Werner Elmker for always photographing and videoing our world. You are truly a gift to us all. A special thank you this year goes to the Word of Life Lutheran Church for loaning us the round tables so you could all fit in here. And also to Liz Forrest and Dennis Smithberg for transporting them for us. We really appreciate all of your dedication. I would now like to take a moment to celebrate the participation and commitment we have in our community and to your chamber. You can also see this information in the programs at your table. Would all of the new chamber members in 2023 please stand? Let's give them a round of applause and take a moment to welcome them to the chamber as we move through the evening. We're so happy that you could join us, and we hope that you make some new friends tonight. You may be seated. I would now like to have the members who have supported the chamber for 10 to 24 years please stand. Thank you for your support and continued commitment. We appreciate each and every one of you. Bronze members. Thank you. Next, we have the members who have been dedicated to your chamber for 24 to 44 years. Please stand and take a moment to let us show our appreciation. We are so happy to have you in our community. Thank you, silver members. The next group we would like to introduce are our cornerstones. Their unwavering dedication and commitment have helped shape our chamber's success and impact. Let's take a moment to applaud this remarkable milestone and express our heartfelt gratitude for their enduring support. Here's to 45 years of more of partnership, growth, and community strength. Well, you beat me to it. Gold members in attendance are Agri-Industrial Plastics, Beaner Funeral Home, Dexter Laundry, Edward Jones, Fairfield Dental Clinic, Fairfield Manufacturing Association, Fairfield Golf and Country Club, Fairfield Real Estate, First Main Street Insurance, Foss, Kiken, Cochran, Helling, and Willman, Grow Fairfield Economic Development Association, Hy-Vee, Iowa State Bank and Trust, Jefferson County Farm Bureau, Jefferson County Health Center, KMCD Classic 96, Libertyville Savings Bank, Maharishi International University, Miss Martha Rasmussen, Morrissey Law Office, Southeast Iowa Union, TD&T CPAs and Advisors, and the Walton Club. If we've missed anyone, we still love you. Now, as we get ready to finally eat dinner, Please exit out the main doors. The food is in the art gallery. I'm sure you passed it. Our food tonight has been prepared by a brand new chamber member, Kelowna Country Catering. We will begin by having the tables in the front row go first. Please dismiss yourselves accordingly afterwards. Non-alcoholic beverages are to the right of the room, and this would also be a good time to pick up your beverages and desserts. Please note and enjoy the slideshow as we move through dinner. The slideshow is a look at many of the events that happened in our community in 2023. Thank you once again to Werner for all of your sharing. You may go to dinner. We would like to thank some local dignitaries who are here this evening. Please stand and wave. Mayor Connie Boyer, City Administrator Doug Reinert, Jefferson County Supervisors Susie Drish and Dee Sandquist, and State Representative Jeff Shipley. We appreciate all you do for our great community. Let's take a moment to shine a spotlight on some very special individuals in our community, our chamber ambassadors. I want to take a moment to express our heartfelt appreciation for our ambassadors. They are the driving force behind our chamber's success, dedicating themselves to supporting local businesses and fostering community growth. Their passion, dedication, and hard work make a profound difference every single day. We'd like to show our love and appreciation for our current ambassadors. If you are one of our current A-team, please stand and be recognized. For the second time in recent chamber history, we will be awarding an Ambassador of the Year. The ambassadors earn points for attending important events like their monthly meetings, ribbon cuttings, chamber events, and chamber member events. Having an active A-team means our chamber is more visible and able to touch more of our community. This ambassador is known for their outstanding dedication and exemplary service to our community. Their passion, commitment, and tireless efforts have truly set them apart. As Ambassador of the Year, this person has gone above and beyond in representing our chamber, fostering connections, and driving positive change. Their impact resonates throughout our community, inspiring others to get involved and make a difference. Just this week, this person helped us secure the extra round tables from her church and transported them with her father. She has checked in every day to see if there's anything else she can do to make the event better. Thank you, Liz Forrest, for your incredible contributions. Oh, sugar, you can't just stay back there. You are a shining example of excellence in service, and we're honored to have you be a part of our team. Please come forward, Liz Forrest, and receive your plaque. As we look back over the last year, we've achieved a lot together. We've increased our membership by more than 8%. We've strengthened our partnerships with local businesses and organizations. We've hosted successful networking opportunities, workshops, and community events. We've played an active role in advocating for business at the local and the regional levels, and we saw a record number of attending participants in our events. We updated our member database to Growth Zone. This saw vast improvement in our member abilities, as well as being more user-friendly. Please watch for continued improvements as we test out some new features. As we look ahead for the chamber, we have some great things coming. This chamber's future appears vibrant and essential from its traditional role as a space for discourse and creativity to its modern function as a catalyst for innovation and collaboration. The chamber will continue to evolve with technology, enabling broader access and participation. It'll serve as a hub for diverse voices and ideas, shaping a more interconnected and inclusive world. Tonight, you will see our 9th year of Leadership Fairfield graduate. In honor of our 10th year, we will be rolling out a new program to build on what was learned previously in Leadership Fairfield. Next Level Leader looks to unleash your inner leader. Areas of focus will include difficult conversations, etiquette, public speaking, being a good board member, and include a day at the Capitol. We have 2 companies that have supported all 9 years of this program, and we are honored to be able to ask them to make sure they have a participant in our inaugural class this fall. Thank you so much, Agri-Industrial Plastics and Iowa State Bank, for your 9 years of dedicated support to our program. Did you hear? RAGBRAI is coming to town. 20,000 riders and 3,000 support vehicles are coming to have lunch in Fairfield on Friday, July 26th. We will need everyone who is able to volunteer, make sure that they have a great time and come back. Shifts will remain short so that you can also enjoy the day. Please sign up at fairfieldragbri.com. We have been the holiday tradition on the square for decades. Upgrading the lights a couple of years ago made quite an impact. Some of our decorations are starting to show age and will need to be retired. Let me say, no, we are not replacing the carousel in the gazebo. Can we say that together? We are not going to get rid of the carousel. The wreaths on the poles have been pieced together so much that some have no lights and others have only 4 or 5. The candles that were once bright red and beautiful are aged and from the sun and the cold. We will need your support to make improvements to be able to continue the tradition for yourself, your children, and your grandchildren. Finally, we are putting an application in to join Main Street, Iowa. These communities capitalize on the unique identity, assets, and character of their historic commercial districts. With downtown revitalization as a top strategic plan for many key players this year, it made sense to us to bring this to town. Assistance from Main Street, Iowa teams include training workshops, architectural and design assistance, business help, and a number of other technical assistance opportunities. We'll have to work together to make our downtown the best district in Iowa. In closing, we will continue to change and evolve to meet the needs of all of our members, big and small, for-profit and not-profit. We'll meet you where you're at and we'll help you meet your goals. Our community is only as strong as our members, and we want to have the best community. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our MC for tonight, our Chamber Board President-elect, Ms. Johnine Parker.
Our first award this year is the Chamber's Past President Award. It recognizes the work of the Chamber's past president, and our sponsor is KMCD Classic 96, and Tommy Brower will be presenting this award to Michael Parker. Yeah. So we imported this guy. He's not a Fairfield native, but we're kind of glad that we did import him. He's general manager for Traffics, Devices, and he's been here over 9 years, I think. He's leading that local industry in producing safety products for all over the world, safety products for highways, and that means he has to know the rules for every country that they ship to. And I haven't asked him a lot of questions about it because I don't really know about that. But anyway, he has to know, and that's kind of a big deal to do that. Product, service, and trust. Mike's a family man too, and he's a compassionate man. He wouldn't want you to know that, but he really is. While he has grown children, he has a little boy. And his son really does benefit from Dad's attention. For instance, when you're in lower elementary school, you do Valentine's, right? And if you have a name like Sebastian, it takes a while and a lot of coaching to get them all filled out, huh, Dad? But Dad was there to help. And then when you are at the last minute trying to get those Easter eggs hidden, Dad's right there for it. So we think that's pretty cool of you. He also hosted his mother for a long stay while she had to transition to assisted living, and he was with her every step of the way. He wouldn't tell you that either. From the decision to the selection to her move, he was there to support her, as was his wonderful wife, Blanca. Yes. In their workplace, Mike keeps things kind of lively. He does lots of competitions with the staff there. Maybe the Lord's Cupboard benefits from that, or maybe they are challenged to make an Easter bonnet using only Traffic's produced components. So that has to be pretty interesting, huh, when you get there. I'd be the one with the traffic cone on my head no doubt. That would be the easiest. So he's the tail twister through all of that. And while balancing that busy life, job, family, he masterfully led the chamber for our last year through lots of initiatives, through a major strategic planning and goal-setting sessions and development. He works on a lot of the chamber things, from the party before blast-off to the barnyard bash. He brings stuff from home, awnings and an off-road vehicle to help with that for transporting attendees. He's a big supporter of teacher appreciation with supplies for our teachers, for the bike rodeo for kids, making sure the kids have bikes and helmets and no safety. The Harvest Rush gravel grinder, Mike brings highway barricades to make a way to funnel the riders in, and he even stays really late if somebody is taking a very long time to get back from the gravel trip. Bring it all around, and he is Santa for his shifts in the Santa house and just does a fantastic job. Mike sees the chamber as integral to a healthy community, and that the chamber helps our community grow and thrive. He is a proponent of all of the wonderful entities we have in our communities working together, like CVB, like Grow Fairfield, our city council and our mayor and the chamber. And summits have been designed for this group to meet, to plan, and to work towards some wonderful goals for Fairfield and the area. His goal is to make Fairfield the best place to live, to work, and to play. Mike says, I credit my family and my employer and our chamber board for helping me to work towards making Fairfield the best place. Congratulations, Mike. Okay, we're going to need to upset the order. Okay. I paid him. He said, I'll never hug you. Of all the people, just because our names are the same. Anyway, we very much appreciate him. We are going to celebrate the Tourism Award next. I'm sorry that we had to bump the order. It is sponsored by the Sanctuary, and Mendy McAdam will be presenting it tonight. This award recognizes a business, organization, or project acting as a tourism catalyst for our community. This year's recipient is the Fairfield Kiwanis, and here to accept the award are Cole Boatwright and Darren Hamilton. And Darren Hamilton, we'll keep saying the word. What happened to him?
He's not coming, he's back there.
Oh, there. Okay.
Oh, I have to stay here.
So Scott Willman is the president of this group, and he's the proud father of Parker Willman. Get it? Yep. I claim her whether they claim me or not. This club has been in Fairfield for over 50 years now. It currently has 34 members, and they bring a huge crowd to town for their Kids' Day event, for the parade, and their famous pancake and sausage breakfast. They have everything they need to do this, and they store it in a building across from Evergreen Cemetery. They erect that enormous tent, and they say it's not hard to get volunteers. People driving by will stop to help. Sounds good to me. They have everything they need, as I said, and they also have to work to get all the permits and the easements, do the parade route, try to order supplies, schedule the volunteers, and about a bazillion other details. So I said, Scott, if I sent you to the grocery store to get what you needed for the pancake breakfast, what would you get? And like that, he rattles off, well, 15 industrial-sized bags of pancake mix and a little over 54 gallons of buttermilk and, 90 dozen eggs. Shut the door. 90 dozen eggs in the shell. Oh my gosh. Well, I learned too, 3,000 sausages and a lot more, and that there's a hierarchy you have to work through in the Kiwanis to get to the most coveted job. I'm figuring egg cracker is probably right down there on the bottom where you start. But the most coveted, what do you think it is? Flipping the cakes, you betcha. But you have to work up to that. So they even have industrial paint devices to mix the batter up in the buckets, and yeah, how about that? Then every year, they park the campers for Old Threshers, and that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 long weeks, believe it or not. This helps them earn money to bring back to our community, and they're very generous with what they're doing. They provided $12,000 for the Cambridge Little Achievers Child Care Center. They are planning $5,000 to $6,000 to do new fencing for community child care. They did $5,000 for Pekin Elementary's playground equipment. They give 4 $1,000 scholarships, and this year they're working on a non-traditional scholarship for a trade school for a non-recent graduate too. They send 4 kids to Camp Courageous, and they're starting a kids building club for middle school kids. Scott says everything we do is about the kids and about keeping the money as local as we possibly can. Let's congratulate those Kiwanis. So the Business Improvement Award recognizes businesses and organizations for notable internal and external improvements to their businesses, to the appearance of their business, and that had to be completed in the prior year. The sponsors are, this is a real challenge for me, as you all know, every year, Foss, Kuiken, gotta leave Gukin, Cochran, Helling, and Willman. And with us is that sweet Vanessa Wilming, mother of Parker Willman, who is going to present it. And our recipient tonight is Fairfield Farm Bureau Financial. And we have a wonderful group coming up to accept the award. We have Alex and Christy Kessel, and joining them are Samantha, Hemi, Carson, Mackenzie, and Nicole. Yes. So, they saw a need. They were growing. In fact, they were bursting at the seams. What do? Do we add on? Do we build new? What do we do? Alex recounts having a casual conversation with a friend and colleague, and within 24 hours, he'd made arrangements to purchase the copper-filled building. Wonderful. They had a vision, this group did, and they enlisted a team to help say, yes, you can, or no, you can't do that. I've kind of wondered what those no, you can'ts were. Yeah, never know, will I? Anyway, they credit Schaus Voorhees, the Books, Tim, Dan, Brian, and Brent, Tom Silvers, Earl McCabe, Ben and Eric Godwin, Chris West, Justin Clemens, Andrew Fiddler, Sabaski Flooring, Jeff and Joe Schaefer, Gavin Hammes, Pilchers, and J.C. Huffman, and wow, what a makeover it is. If you haven't been there, stop by. They're happy to show you around. Anybody. Yeah, that's true. They feature large, light, airy offices and common areas. They have a fully appointed boardroom and staff support centers. The place is filled with glass and gorgeous, heavy, dark, contemporary woods defining their spaces and providing privacy. They finished out the second floor, and it's the new home of Foss, Kuiken, Cochran, Hellman, and Willman. And they still have some things up there. You'd think after 8 years I'd have it, right? To support ease in getting up there, they added an elevator. Wonderful, wonderful thing. The building is all walk-in level. The exterior brick was painted, looks so, so nice and all freshened up. And while I was there, a big, heavy farm truck came wheeling into the parking lot, and it missed the semi that I drive. Whew, he made really wide parking places. Good move, Alex. I like that. Beautiful landscaping. Staff have their own parking to the west. And did I mention if there's a major storm or maybe an attack of some kind, go there. They have the most amazing snack center you've ever wanted to see. But I was more impressed with the beverage center. It's very well appointed, and I do mean really well appointed. So, pull off there. That's a good place to be. Alex credits his parents, and did I say Pat? Did he make it up?
No.
Oh.
We don't like him to do stairs like this.
Oh, that's bad. He credits his dad for vision and for guidance, and he credits his beautiful mother for his creativity. So join me in congratulating this group. Good deal. And the ants go marching one by one. Hurrah. We got it, huh? Our next award is the Agriculture Award, and it recognizes a Jefferson County area individual or business for their contributions to agriculture or to the ag sector. It's sponsored by Jefferson County Farm Bureau, and we have our own Jason Steele, who is no stranger to the stage, up here with us. And Ryan Metz. I thought you told me you weren't coming up. Just, it doesn't pay me to turn around. It'd be easier. Today's recipient is Dave Hollingsworth, and he says, and my son, JD, and our business partner, Cole Rickard. The Hollingsworths live west of Packwood and are surrounded by rich Iowa farm fields. He and Jody have 5 children. They farm 1,200 acres. I guess Cole isn't busy enough because he farms an additional 600 to 700 acres. They rotate corn and beans and have a 40-acre cash crop of rye. Dave says he doesn't do livestock, only cats and dogs, and I got to meet some of them while I was there. This family is very conservation-oriented, very water quality conscientious. They practice no-till on all of their farm ground. They've constructed terraces and they have ponds to capture the water. Their ponds and all the creeks running through their land have grass filter strips to protect them and to protect their fields from soil loss and to make sure that nutrients are not dispersed into our waters. Further, they plant winter cover crops to keep that beautiful, rich black Iowa soil in place and to return some nutrients to the soil. It probably helps him that his son JD is a soil health specialist with NRCS, which is Natural Resources Conservation Service. And if you're interested, look them up and look at the list of projects and initiatives that they're involved in. It's pretty amazing. And if Dave didn't have enough to do, he's a Pioneer Seed Corn expert businessman. It helps keep him off the streets, I think is what he told me. He serves as an elected official for Access Energy, which requires a significant investment of his time. He does the scoreboard for the Pekin girls and boys basketball teams and the girls volleyball team, and he's on the chain gang for Pekin football. At Packwood Christian Church, he's a greeter, and he was oriented by our good friend Doug Dickey. Excellent examples of a man who's willing to give back to his community, which he says has given so much to him. Dave said, I used to think I'm doing this for my son, but now I think I'm doing it for my grandson. He's going to have to get doing, too, with the planting, etc., because he has a daughter getting married May 4th. Dave says, I'm blessed to live in this community and do what I love to do. Let's congratulate Dave. We have the Rising Star Award now, and it's sponsored by Jefferson County Health Center, and Brian Hunger is here to present this award. It recognizes a business in their first 5 years of operation making outstanding contributions to the Fairfield area, and this year's recipient is Iowa Dance Collective. Accepting this award is Iowa Dance Collective Principal Tyler Malone and his assistant Jamie Blummy. Tyler and I met on one beautiful Iowa morning. The breeze was wafting into his unbelievable studio with the front door open, a studio that was light and bright, and I met one of the most positive, energetic young men I've met since Aaron Kness, that is, for sure. In a long time. Tyler started dancing at age 7 and became a global professional dancer. Check out his amazing reel on his website. Amazing. I would have casts on every part of my body if I attempted to do any of that. IDC started in January of 22 with 26 kids ages 18 months to 18 years. It's grown to 200. Dancing, acting, and adult fitness has been added. Jamie, who is a professional figure skater, teaches there and joins the rest of the crew, Tia Bencozy, Chloe Johnson, and acting instructors Phoenix Hazler and Solomon Davis. They offer ballet, tap, jazz, modern, hip-hop, lyrical, contemporary, acrobatics, and tumbling rhythm. And you add to that acting and improv, and then adult fitness with spin, yoga, and my favorite, boot camp. Does that strike terror in anybody else's heart? They feature 3 fully equipped studios, one being specific for acting and improv. They have refreshment bars there with coffee, tea, and Biscoff. And I learned that they are sticklers for disinfecting and keeping things clean with human, friendly, and safe disinfection techniques. They're going to be hosting a summer dance conservatory that will be 4 to 5 classes per day, times 3 days per week, which will allow the kids who are participating to have time for family and friends and other activities. And this fall, they'll be hosting a pre-professional high-intensity class. Join me in welcoming and congratulating this crew.
Leadership Fairfield is the premier networking and professional development program for our area. This class includes 8 monthly sessions, each centered around a unique theme. Every session includes expert presenters, panels of community leaders, and behind-the-scene tours of Fairfield businesses. By the end of the program, each participant will not only have a well-rounded view of the various businesses in Fairfield, but also have personally connected and networked with Fairfield's top business and community leaders. When I read your name, please come receive your certificate from Johnine and stay on stage until your entire class is here. Alicia Hall with Wheaton Companies. Love it. Amy Vetter, Jefferson County Health Center. Woo-hoo. Angie Haynes with Pilot Grove Savings Bank. Bobby Joe Markle with Graff & Company. Brian Burrows with Agri-Industrial Plastics, who is unable to make it tonight. Brittany Campbell with Iowa State Bank. Carson D. Hallbrook with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Liz Forrest with Liz Forrest Coaching. Elizabeth Monahan with Aaron Lifestyle Technologies. Jesse Pedrick with Surf Pro. Joanna Jackman with Hy-Vee. Joe Ledger with Jefferson County Farm Bureau. Catherine Morris with Natel. Katie Boatwright with Fairfield Community School District. Lysandra Smith with Agri-Industrial Plastics. McKenna Myers with Jefferson County Farm Bureau. Dr. Matt Holt with Fairfield Dental Clinic. Megan Parker with Traffics Devices. Nicole Kerr with Addington Place of Fairfield. Seth Talbot with Cambridge Research Investment. Dr. Stephanie Mishler with Fairfield Community School District. Tiago Pasos with Maharishi International University. And Wendy Anderson with Midwest One Bank. Now, to tell you about this year's program, Joanna Jackman, your Fairfield Hy-Vee florist.
Hello, everyone. We had a great time at the leadership program this year. We learned so much. A lot of us learned about a lot of businesses that we didn't even know existed in this town. So I found that very interesting. We made a lot of new friends, and I think it was worth every minute that we spent in the leadership program. We want to thank Mindy. She works very hard at making it interesting, and it was a lot of fun, and I would recommend it to everybody.
Thank you to all of the employers of our Leadership Fairfield graduates for allowing them the time to complete this wonderful program. We appreciate you, and we know you will see their growth.
Before we let Johnine take the mic again, we would like to recognize a special person within our community that goes above and beyond for all of us. I've kind of always thought of her as my mentor. I've looked up to her for years. I know there's a lot of us in this room that feel the same, especially those of us that are on the board. This individual gives her time to not only friends and family, but gives endlessly and tirelessly to so many different organizations and boards. She never says no, and just sitting at a board meeting across the table from her when she opens her planner, there's something on every day. So, Johnine, these are for you. We appreciate everything you do for all of us.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even have to die to get them. That's pretty good, huh? We'll call that a score. Did not expect that, everybody, at all. Okay, Manufacturer of the Year Award, which is presented by the Fairfield Manufacturers. It'll be presented by Chad Christensen, who is the current president of this group, and it recognizes a manufacturer or distributor demonstrating growth, sustainability, exemplary customer service, and excellence in its industry. Are you the real Chad Christensen? Because there are two other men who look almost identical to you here tonight. Did you bring them?
Warren Schaefer.
Yeah, and there's one behind you that's a younger version. No, you're the real one? Okay. I know, and you both had on plaid shirts. This year's recipient is Wheaton Companies, and here to accept the award is Nate Wheaton, president. Well, no one gave me that list of names. See, I told you it does not pay to turn around. If you just look straight ahead, it's a lot easier, huh? So Nate's vision for Wheaton Company started in 2017. He'd had a great experience with the Dover Corp, a huge company, and they'd invested a lot in him. One day, though, the light bulb went on as he got off yet another plane from traveling around the world, and he didn't want to do that anymore. He realized he wanted to come home to Iowa and build his own mini Dover by finding great Iowa companies that didn't have specific succession plans but featured great people. And that's what he did. Nate hastens to say this is not about me. It's about the 75 wonderful people who make this happen every single day. That says a lot about the guy, doesn't it? Wheaton Company's core values include legacy, new eyes, and changes. And these companies include Creative Edge, Bovard Studios, Toolkeeper, Honeycore, which fabricates precision custom products for storage and organization of just about anything, and includes military and government industries as their customers. Being at the helm of these growing industries isn't enough. Nate is actively involved in our community as well. He especially is involved in athletics and served how many years as our Fairfield High School head football coach? Big job, lots of time. Little superheroes, raising funds to help families with children who have special needs. A real boots on the ground supporter, this guy is. The Fairfield Community School District Education Foundation, Habitat for Humanity, and donates a lot of building supplies, I understand. And he still finds time for family. He and Lori have 5 very active and very accomplished children. And I have to add, keeping track of his father-in-law, Dick Smith, is really an extra challenge, I'm sure. He came to my rescue tonight by swiftly pulling a knife out of his pocket to extricate my Queen Mother's bracelet from my blouse, which I liked a lot. Join me in congratulating Nate and his crew. Good deal. Our service business of the year is sponsored by the Autumnal Radio Group and Margie Gehring, who's my favorite Santa's Workshop pal. She and I can get more glitter all over the world than any other duo you know of. This award recognizes a service business demonstrating exemplary customer service and excellence in the industry. And the recipient this year is Cranston Family Funeral Home. Here to accept it are Jamie and Jeremy Cranston. There you go again. Don't turn around. Jeremy grew up on his family farm near Deep River. Have you heard of that? In Iowa. He attended Iowa State and graduated with an elementary ed degree and taught third grade for several years. Then he decided to follow his dream, and he graduated with a mortuary science degree. Jamie has her PhD and 2 masters and works with the Area Education Association. The 2 of them, along with Ryan Pedrick, provide intense services in the toughest of times and situations and conditions, helping others during their time of loss. Their journey started here in 2017 with the purchase of Raymond's Funeral Home, which many of you can remember was a multi-generational service business. That included Birch's at Birmingham. They also acquired Kramer's at Eldon and Batavia, and due to increased requests and also with COVID, in 2020, they built their own Irish Ridge crematory. In January of 23, they opened their new state-of-the-art, spacious, beautifully appointed and comfortable Cranston Family Funeral Home. Rounding out their staff are Juanita Johnson, Shelley Shalangoski, Deb Dorothy, Ann Skaggs, Marvin Story, and Tony Webb. Jeremy is firm in his pledge of continuity of care from pre-planning, if you choose, all the way to monuments. Things have changed in the funeral industry to much more high-tech, and that includes from choices to services. He's very family-oriented and extends to care of others in that same way, with his special way of giving back. He and Jamie have a wonderful middle school-age daughter, Ireland, who helps too. She does monument cleaning in the warm months, so keep that in your mind if you have any that need it. Dad, of course, is there to help supervise, and I understand Mom does too. Join me in congratulating this family's service. Yeah. Good, you're welcome. Good to see everybody. Project of the Year is sponsored by Pilot Grove Savings Bank, and one of our chamber board members, Ryan Swanson, is here to award that. This award recognizes a 2023 community project making Fairfield a better place to live, work, and play. And this year's recipient is Fairfield Golf and Country Club. And here to accept the award are Jim Wheaton, president of the club, and Chuck Espy, who, by the way, started what was Edward D. Jones in 1974 in Fairfield, making this 50 years of Jones in Fairfield. So, 3 years ago, these 2 fine men put their heads together and were discussing Fairfield Golf and Country Club, being the oldest golf course west of the Mississippi, with the next one being, I think you said, Portland? Okay, that's kind of a long way away, isn't it? Both are avid golfers, and they wanted to preserve and restore this Fairfield legacy. Historically, it was the brainchild of one J. Fred Clark, MD, who also was responsible for health care in the form of a hospital in this community. He was a major mover and shaker here, and there's some wonderful stories about him and Susan Fulton Welty's Fairfield, if you're interested. Can you imagine those original golfers having to share one ball? How many balls do you guys use and girls when you're out there? Yeah. And they did this in a pasture with farm animals, and they had sunk cans in the ground in the first historic golf round here in 1892. Rules change, and soon everybody had to have their own ball. That seems like a great idea to me. The clubhouse was a log cabin with a wood-burning potbelly stove for cooking and for staying warm. And how it's changed, they even let women start golfing, so that was pretty good too. Jim and Chuck determined that a foundation was needed, and they got together with Tim Kiken and developed a 501c3. Such was born the Fairfield Golf and Country Club Foundation, with the goals to preserve and restore that legendary course, educate youth and families, and open this to the entire community, including the underserved, which is pretty special. The foundation and the club were able to partner in certain ways, and a capital campaign led by Deb and John Martin. Where are they out there? Stick your hands up. Good job. Yep. Their goal was to raise $750,000. Well, they overshot the mark and raised over $847,000 to get this going, and it was done by 56 donors and in 1 year's time. They're your folks. Those are the ones we all need. This was for those course improvements that we talked about, expanded programs, and for an endowment too, to try to keep things rolling. So what have they done? Well, they cleaned up Crow Creek, that runs on the south side of the course, from Park to D Street. They riprap both sides to stabilize it. They worked on the entire course. They redid the cart paths. They worked on the maintenance shed and upgraded the water and electricity to it and put in a concrete floor after cleaning out any leftovers that they found. They instituted golf lessons and golf camps. And this is not just for club kids. Last summer they had 56 area kids involved. 60% had never touched a golf club before. They had sent out an APB for anybody with kids' golf clubs who'd be willing to donate some, and had an overwhelming response, I hear, with clubs, so that every kid had some clubs to play with. They offered golf leagues and adult lessons as well, and going forward, their vision includes further work on the creek, removing 9 more dead trees, replacing the bridge on number 4, and continuing their capital campaign. I did ask if anybody had thought about doing anything about the mosquitoes on number 2, but nobody would answer that question. So those of you who are helping with any of the tournaments this summer, take your soother along. You may need it. With the course expense relieved, many upgrades to the club were able to happen, the clubhouse itself. There's a $30,000 new state-of-the-art sound system for both inside and outside the country club, a new pool deck, a fabulous outdoor stone patio, landscaping all around the club. The club also thanks Larry Bentler and his many and varied contributions. Giving back and preserving a legacy is a pretty big thing to do, and that's still the main driver for these 2 men right here. Join me in congratulating them on a job well done. You did it, you did it, you did it. You did it. Yeah. I wasn't here 50 years ago. Well, maybe I was. We do go back a long ways. Restaurant of the Year, sponsored by Beaner's Funeral Home, and Scott and Rachel Brown are here to present this award to a restaurant or bar demonstrating exemplary customer service and excellence in the industry. Our recipient is Due South, and accepting our co-owners, Camp Boswell and Tia Benkosi. So these two had the lunchbox and Broth Lab 641, which, by the way, does anybody read this little publication? It's got some wonderful write-ups about Fairfield. The focus is Iowa City and Cedar Rapids, but folks, there's a bunch about Fairfield, Iowa in here. They're helping put us on the map. That's a good thing. So they determined that they actually were competing with themselves, and it didn't make a lot of sense to do that. They determined they could streamline and combine the two restaurants, and they did that into Due South. That kind of helped with the labor problem that a few of you out there I know are suffering as well. So it's nestled in a small house right between Fairfield Flour and More and the fire station with a wonderful patio, and it's getting warmer so we can all enjoy that. Camp was from Alabama, and Tia was from Seattle, and they met in North Carolina, and that's where they started their story. They both love great food, and they love to be able to create and share it with others. They wanted a place where folks could gather and make memories over that good food, too. They work towards providing satisfying dining experiences, which they say they want people leaving feeling 200% satisfied. So they combine Camp's extensive Southern cooking ability, Southern American classics, with Southeast Asian flavors that make wonderful, unique dishes. If you haven't eaten there, make it a point to get there. They also have an impeccably curated menu of beers, ciders, craft cocktails, mocktails, wines, and sake. For a palate pleaser, just go online and read their menu, for heaven's sakes. It's amazing. They also remember their Romanish roots, and they have a BYOB, which is not what you think it is. Theirs is build your own bowl, and you can do that and enjoy some of that ramen. They're open for lunch and dinner Thursday through Saturday, and they feature a Sunday brunch with special Sunday brunch cocktails and fantastic ooh la la entrees. They manage while balancing two small children and Tia's fitness classes over at Iowa Dance Collective. So congratulate Camp and Tia with us. Good deal. The Retailer of the Year is an award that recognizes a retail business demonstrating exemplary customer service and excellence in the industry. Washington State Bank is our sponsor, and Jessica Anderson is here to award this award to Scarlett.
Announce for the Group C.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Would Group C please go to your respective corners? Thank you. Scarlett and Company, and accepting will be the principal, Cassie Laux. Yeah. Now, Cassie promised me she'd be here tonight if she was still pregnant, which means it's imminent. It's coming right along, so you may have a few days to get to this wonderful shop. Go soon. Fair enough. So, located across from the jet stop, because it can be confusing to find some of these places, is a sweet little shop named after Cassie's daughter, Scarlett. Cassie's motivation for her shop was helping people shop local, but being in touch with the latest trends. She keeps her finger on the pulse of trends from Florida, California, and New York, and brings them here to the Midwest a good year before we would probably be able to see them. She features a diverse set of offerings from clothing to jewelry, home decor, fragrances, diffusers, air fresheners, soaps. She has an indoor plant bar and events for helping you learn how to make items. She is a really creative soul and likes to utilize and support family-based industries. She's telling me about a family in California, a family of 5, who raised goats, which was a topic of dinner at the table I was at here tonight. And they make wonderful things, soaps and lotions and so forth, and she's anxious to be able to highlight some of their products. She really appreciates the flexible hours as she balances family and work. And we were discussing her line of permanent jewelry, and I said, is that like nose rings or what? No. It's sterling silver jewelry, anklets, bracelets, rings, necklaces that do not have clasps, and they're custom sized. So if you select what you like, she puts it on you, and then it's soldered into place so that you have permanent jewelry. And this is what she said to me. You put them on, and that way when you hop out of bed in the morning, you're already all bougied. Okay, I'm in healthcare. For those of you who are not, a bougie is a set of surgical instruments placed into somewhere in your body, I won't mention, to dilate or open it up. So my eyes are this large. You're gonna get out of your bed all bougie. That's great news, isn't it? For one thing, I'm already dilated enough. I wouldn't wanna, and if I would dilate like she is, we don't want that either at our house. So, took me a while, and she got me straightened out and said that means fashionable and ready to go. Whew, that was good. Not fully believing her, I did Google it to be sure, but it also told about my surgical instruments, folks. Anyhow, throughout our conversation, Cassie kept stressing that her mission includes collaboration over competition, time and again. So, as I said, get over there while the getting over there is good, and help me congratulate these fine people. Yes. And now, Mindy, it says to have Group C proceed to the front of the room. I hope you're already there. Our Young Professional of the Year is sponsored by Cambridge Investment Research. What? Oh, you want to do that? Okay.
It's been a long night. We're having so much fun. I would like to introduce the team behind tonight's amazing event, the Banquet Planning Committee. Thank you for all you've done to make everything this evening amazing. You are so much appreciated. Please stand as I introduce you, or poke your head out from around behind the many curtains. Committee co-chairs Denise Hall and Johnine Parker. Joe Stever, Michael Parker, Jason Davis, Mark Swan, Ryan Holthus, and Amy Vetter. Thank you for all you do for your community and for your chamber. Our chamber administrator has returned. It was serendipitous that we changed the role of our support staff. The last person to hold the title has returned. Lindsay Waugh is not new to all of you, is not new to some of you. She has been a breath of fresh air in our office. She is fearless and steps up to take on any task. She has been a wonderful addition to our team, and I am so very thankful for all that she does. Welcome to the family, and thank you for all you do, Miss Lindsay. We would like to recognize the board of directors and their employers who allow them the time to serve the chamber in their community. It takes a lot of meetings to make things happen, and these folks have dedicated themselves to making a difference in their community. Gratitude flows to our chamber board members whose dedication and vision are the bedrock of our community's success. Your commitment inspires us all. Thank you for your tireless efforts. Board President Denise Hall from Fairfield Dental. President-elect Johnine Parker, a Jefferson County Health Center trustee. Immediate past President Michael Parker with Traffic Devices. Treasurer Alex Simmons with TDT and Advisors. Jason Davis with Agri-Industrial Plastics. Mark Swan with Iowa State Bank. Carrie Lathrop with Cambridge Investment Research, Inc. Ryan Swanson with Pilot Grove Savings Bank. Davis Lowenberg with First Main Street Insurance. Jeff Ring with Dexter Laundry. Ryan Holthus with Shelter Insurance, Amy Vetter with Jefferson County Health Center, Josh Hyde with Fairfield Tire and Service, and Megan Coffin with Community First Credit Union. We appreciate all of your efforts. And now for the final group of awards. It's your turn.
Thank you. Okay, we'll try this again. The Young Professional of the Year is sponsored by Cambridge Investment Research, and Carrie Lathrop, who is a board member, as you just heard, is here to award it. And it recognizes an individual 40 years or younger for their outstanding commitment to community, professional accomplishments, and volunteerism. And this year's recipient is Scott Brown of Beaner's Funeral Home with his lovely wife and partner, Rachel. And I covet those shoes, just so you know. Since 1930, Beaner's has been in the same location serving our communities with compassionate care and love. How many of you remember Weston? We have any hands out there? There should be some. Yeah. How about Fred? You betcha. And then Arnold and Denise Wearup. Are they here with us tonight? Anyway, we know these people and we know the legacy that they have set up. Believe it or not, Scott is a 20-year veteran of the funeral business. He was born in Keosauqua and grew up in Van Buren County, graduating from Harmony in 2005. He began his career working with Brian Schmitz with the Schmitz Funeral Homes in Farmington, Donaldson, and Fort Madison. He graduated mortuary science at Carl Sandburg College in 2008, and he's worked with funeral services in Illinois, Missouri, and Iowa, with the last 12 years being in the Quad Cities on the Iowa side, and he maintains his licenses in all 3 states. He and Rachel's goal was always to own their own funeral home. The opportunity presented itself when Arnold and Denise made their decision to sell Beaner's. For Scott, this was a wonderful opportunity to get closer to home and have his own business. His goal is to carry on that legacy of providing special service to families and to our communities. He's a very humble young man. He said clearly, "It is not about me. It's a group effort. I may get credit as the owner, but it's a shared effort." As in all transformations, he and Rachel have made some changes at the funeral home. They've added some comfortable spaces for families to visit, like during visitations, reconfigured things a bit, added warm touches, and if you get there first, you get the comfy chairs. Wherever Rachel is, she guided me to it. Scott has added monthly grief sessions and annual holiday remembrance services. In carrying on the legacy, Arnie's staff, including Arnie and Denise, are still retained and are familiar faces for all of you. We couldn't let it go without mentioning also Patty Redinger, Jim Saltz, who's back there, Dave Gehring, Dennis Smithberg, who helped get the tables here, Doc Woody. They have a brand new apprentice, Ryan Chrissinger, from Carl Sandburg College, and Blair Grunwald has joined them as a funeral assistant. Scott says the whole staff wants success, and they show that ownership in all they do, that he doesn't have to ask them to do something. If they see it, they just automatically do it. It looks like Scott sees them as family because there was a large chamber event, and he brought the whole group together to celebrate that. We're happy and we're honored to be here, he says. Scott's also a member of the Lions and the Elks and the Knights of Columbus. He and Rachel are the proud parents of 2 children, Benjamin and Bindi, and a standard poodle named Lola. Scott's prepared to take on the needs of our community and to be active within our community as well, so let's congratulate him. Good deal. Our Best Kept Secret Award is sponsored by Shelter Insurance, and Ryan Holthison is here, and also a chamber member who's been hiding behind the curtains. And it recognizes a family Fairfield business exemplifying the modern definition of best practices while maintaining a low profile in our community. And this year's recipient is Aeron Lifestyles Technology. Co-founder and CFO Monica Hadley is here with us tonight to receive this. Aha. Good deal. Good deal. We're getting them up here.
Well, we could have brought all 16 of them up.
Okay, sure, why not? So there's just some really fun things about this organization. Aaron wants to fragrance your world. Watch out, those little Christmas trees on strings. I think they're going to get pushed out. Anybody else? From hanging them over your rearview mirror. In 1996, Monica and Jeffrey Smith, both homegrown here, joined forces, and really, with sheer tenacity and intestinal fortitude, they forged ahead. It all started when Jeffrey invented a 12-volt aroma therapy diffuser for cars that you plugged into your cigarette lighter. Yes? Okay. About the size of a tube of lipstick, and it was designed to help with stressful driving times. You could choose from lavender or what's the other one that's supposed to help with that?
Well, peppermint will keep you awake.
Yeah, peppermint and, yep, I know that. Rose petal and lavender you can choose from to help if you're in some strenuous traffic, which we don't see a huge amount of here, but you can, that Libertyville Road. That can be pretty treacherous some days. And then peppermint, wintergreen, and lemon for alertness. It has expanded to thousands of original, long-lasting fragrance diffusers for national retail and private label clients all over the world. From Fairfield, Iowa? You bet. Aaron stands as a world leader in making fragrance diffusers for home, for offices, and for vehicles. And I love this, the smell of success. Isn't that perfect? They're comprised of groups of designers and engineers, manufacturers, support staff working to connect people to good smells wherever they live, work, or travel. Life should smell good. They have electric and passive diffusers in every shape and size and limitless scents. A very instrumental leader, Patrick Kozar, just retired in December, and Nate Orm Johnson took over as the new president and CEO. Jeffrey Smith remains as co-founder and director of e-commerce. Paul Gandy is their associate vice president and legal counsel. And did you know that his undergrad honors degree is from Harvard? How about that, in Fairfield, Iowa? And he serves on our city council. Monica's children are now joined the industry. Adrian Hadley is an associate vice president and of finance and replaces Carl Zimmerman. Is that right? Tony Hadley, her son, is AVP and president of Texas operations, and they're growing, folks. They are very behind the scenes, but they are hugely community oriented. I'm just going to tell you a little bit here. They provide the books for children in the Santa House so that every child takes home a book. They provide bikes for the children's bike rodeo so that every child has a bike, even if they didn't, when they're learning about safety and helmets and so forth. They send most of the volunteers that we have to the bike rodeo, and they pay them to do that. They donate the ice cream for the kids for it. Volunteers are paid to help cover the Santa House at Christmas time. Very generous in their donations to teacher appreciation. They hosted a large garage sale for Relay for Life. They host 2 of our ambassador events and provide bountiful bakery treats and coffee. They provide filled goodie bags for Leadership Fairfield and birthday bags for the Lord's Cupboard. They fill the little pantries around town and out at Libertyville. They donated laptops to Van Buren's after prom party, and they always respond when the chamber has a need for sponsorship or for a donation. Best kept secret? Well, folks, it's out now. Join me in congratulating Monica and her whole team. Very good. Our next award is the Economic Impact Award, and it's sponsored by First Main Street Insurance and is presented by Davis Lowenberg, who's also a chamber board member. Is your mom here, Davis? The Economic Impact Award recognizes a business or organization for significant contributions to the economic vitality of the Fairfield area through job growth, major physical business expansion or construction, and adding a new tax base valuation. Jefferson County Health Center is the recipient of this honor tonight, and Brian Hunger, our CEO, is here to accept the award. This is something very near and dear to my heart. JCHC opened its new facility in 2009 and has had a steady growth with expansions since then, clearly, by still maintaining that it's always all about the people. Hospitals and health centers and healthcare providers are clearly irreplaceable in our communities. Hospitals are also economic engines that are among the largest employers in most of our communities in Iowa and in our state. I mean, that would be Iowa, I guess, huh? Also, many communities benefit services would not exist without hospital resources and leadership. Currently, JCHC has 365 employees who drive from Bloomfield, Ottumwa, Fort Madison, Donaldson, Washington, Salem, just to name a few. These folks all buy gas and do shopping in town. They have 30 employed providers, physicians, nurse practitioners, physician's assistants, and 16 visiting specialists. The Iowa Hospital Association carefully gathers information on economics for hospital communities and the impact that they make. So, overall, Jefferson County Health Center creates 659 jobs, equaling 8.94% of all the jobs in Jefferson County. It pays $45,082,000 in total wages. It's 11.84% of all the wages in Jefferson County. It creates $96,943,000 in total expenses, which is 14.4% of Jefferson County's gross domestic product. And it's responsible for over $1 million in total community benefits. And countless people serve via providing health care and community services and programs. Patients regularly report, believe it or not, that they drive by other facilities to get here to Fairfields. It's a good thing. JCH donated the land and much manpower for the Cambridge Little Achievers Child Care Center, and representatives of the health center are throughout the community volunteering and working for many, many initiatives and programs. Join me in congratulating Jefferson County Health Center. Our next award is the Entrepreneurial Spirit Award, sponsored by Agri-Industrial Plastics and presented by Lori Schaefer-Wheaton. This award recognizes a business owner for their high level of entrepreneurial spirit, setting Fairfield apart, and our recipient is The Collective. And receiving this award are Galen and Liza Satterley. So in 2006, Denise and Eric Bruce developed Breadtopia, featuring sourdough products. Their vision was to help people bake healthy, tasty products in their homes. Denise's son Galen and his wife moved back from the East Coast in 2014, and they missed having places to gather for food and coffee, and they realized there was a need for a whole different concept in our town, a concept of like community kitchens, a buying power for people who wanted to have a business that required a community kitchen, storage of the products, loading docks, a place to sell their products. So what came of that is they built 7 commercial kitchens. And when rented, these spaces and these people utilizing them can have all the other things, from places to store ingredients to a loading dock to a storefront for their products. They're working on building out an education kitchen to provide a space for people to learn how to make good food with products they can buy locally. They have a freeze-drying kitchen with 3 freezer dryers that are rentable by time. They're wanting to give back to our community as much as possible by providing vibrant, financially stable, healthy ways of doing it, and that equals positive growth for Jefferson County and Fairfield. They're also working on a food web, building relationships between suppliers and chefs. They're working on a food waste project with their goal of having 0 food waste via a food digester that will not release carbon into the atmosphere. They've developed a maker space. They have a pottery studio with wheels and a kiln and a tool lending library. They're also working on an instant drink line. And let's look at front of house. In the old Harper Brush building, you have the bakehouse with pizza nights featuring sourdough pizza and Sunday brunches featuring sourdough waffles. Taco Dreams, Marmalade Sky that specializes in gluten-free baked goods. Hedge Apple Kombucha, and they're working on putting it on tap, I understand. Verizon Wines, Beers and Ciders, Day Drink Roasted Coffee, Tea Light Teas, which you could have if you step over to Due South, because I know they have them there. Great Plains Maple Syrup, Grass Moon Provisions, Pickle Creek Products. It's like a special shopping mall all by itself right here in Fairfield. Entrepreneurial spirit, you think? I think so. Join me in congratulating Galen and Liza. Our Student Employee of the Year is sponsored by Indian Hills Community College, and it's being presented this year by Kelly Prickett. It recognizes a local high school student employee who demonstrates outstanding reliability, quality of work, initiative, professionalism, interpersonal skills, and unique contributions to the employer. Indian Hills is very proud to sponsor this award as they recognize the need to teach not only academic skills, but also positive workplace skills, communication, dependability, professionalism. Our recipient this year is Cassidy Mallinger. She's unable to be with us tonight, but accepting in her place is Shelby Richards, who is her employer. Yeah. Shelby says that Cassidy has consistently demonstrated an exceptional work ethic, dependability, and genuine dedication to her responsibilities. She embodies the qualities of a role model employee. Her commitment to her work is evident in her consistent performance and willingness to go above and beyond what is expected of her. She approaches any task with enthusiasm and determination, consistently delivering results that exceed expectations. Her reliability provides assurance and stability to operations. Her amiability and friendliness make her very popular with the customers. She goes the extra mile to assure that each one has a positive experience in the Willow and Bright Boutique. Her genuine warmth and kindness leave a lasting impression, fostering customer loyalty. She has exceptional interpersonal skills. And meanwhile, Cassidy says she enjoys meeting people and interacting with the community. Shelby's a good boss and makes it easy for her to balance her work and school. She particularly likes organization, and best yet, she's a nursing student. Do you hear that back there, Brian? And Goldfinger, I think he has Goldfinger with him here tonight, doesn't he? For those of you who haven't seen it, we should have him stand up. Where's Curtis? I'm sure. You don't want to miss it. There you go. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Kelly now.
With this award, the Indian Hills Community College is probably also to sponsor and give her a $1,000 scholarship for a Student of the Year award that will go along with that she will hold.
You know, when you look around and you hear about these people, we don't need to worry about our futures, do we, folks? With young women and men like this one, it's just wonderful. We're so richly blessed here. Okay, we have a Legacy Award, and it's sponsored by Aeron Lifestyle Technology, and Nate Orm Johnson is going to be presenting it. It recognizes individuals for choosing Fairfield to grow their businesses and who created a lasting impact on the community and over the last 20 years at least. So, accepting for this award will be Jeff Vivacqua, if he's here. Seth Miller, I know Seth is here. And our recipient is Eric Schwartz, founder and executive chairman, board of directors, executive council. Okay, I'm looking around behind me to see. So, this is really, really amazing. You know, Andy Warhol said it's not about living forever, but about creating something that will. So, Eric started Cambridge in 1981 with the goal to build something wonderful. More than 40 years later, Cambridge is one of the largest independent financial solution firms in the wealth management industry, serving more than 3,700 financial advisors across the country and accumulating $1.6 billion in revenue and $162 billion in assets under advisement, making Cambridge the 8th largest broker-dealer in the country. Wow, right here. Eric is considered a pioneer in financial services for helping advisors develop a fee-based compensation model for their services. His impact on Fairfield and the surrounding communities is equally impressive. In '92, he moved Cambridge from Washington, D.C. to a small office on the Fairfield Square. Today, Cambridge has 2 large, very gorgeous buildings on a 60-acre campus on the Pleasant Plain Road and another building on Highway 1. It's a significant source of employment with over 900 associates, with 500 of them coming from Fairfield or the surrounding communities. With Eric's leadership, Cambridge Little Achievers Facility, which is a 14,000 square foot child care center opening January of '23, and able to serve up to 185 children, providing safe and high-quality care, happened for lots of donors, but Cambridge donated $1.25 million for that. In 2016, Cambridge sponsored the Roosevelt Recreation Center's Cambridge Sportsplex. It included a new pool, indoor track, and replacing all the old windows. Cambridge was a key donor for the Cambridge Learning Center at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. Eric helped found the Financial Services Institute, FSI, and served as its chair. In his approach to empowering people and communities, he started the Cambridge Foundation, which makes annual contributions to charities and nonprofits. In 2023, 43 organizations benefited from this. Cambridge associates each receive paid volunteer time, allowing them to help give back to their communities. Their Matching Gifts and Dollars initiative enables further support for nonprofits for their staff. Through, is it Ignite? Okay. A giving back program. Cambridge donated $845,000 to charities and nonprofits. And in 2023, they helped raise $70,000 for a Center for Independent Living in Winter Park, Florida, for the support of people living with disabilities. Next Step Internship hosted 34 interns from across the United States to learn about careers in finance. 12 of them were hired. They provide numerous Indian Hills scholarships in technology fields. Eric's list of career accolades is extremely lengthy and places him right beside such pioneers as Warren Buffett. From Eric's staff, Eric has always understood that in the financial services industry, it's not about the numbers, it's about the people. It's about the relationships and the sense of belonging. It's about helping everyday people achieve their financial goals while making an impact that stretches well beyond the bottom line. For over 40 years, Cambridge has worked to fulfill its purpose and appreciates the opportunity to make a difference in Fairfield, the surrounding communities, and its various locations across the country. A legacy indeed. Let's give it up for Eric Schwartz. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't give the guys credentials. You probably know them anyway, right? See ya. Now the culmination of a great evening of celebrating everything Fairfield is our Outstanding Citizen Community Service Awards, also known as Citizens of the Year. It's sponsored by Libertyville Savings Bank, and Colby Dio will join us on stage after the first presentation. This award recognizes area citizens who have significantly contributed diverse voluntary service ongoing over many years' time that contributes to the betterment, the growth, and/or improvement of the community. All past Citizens of the Year who are here tonight, please stand. Their faces you'll recognize because they're still donating and volunteering their time. There will be 2 recipients. They do not know who they are. They have been selected by the past Citizens of the Year from nominations received. Our last year's recipients will provide overviews of this year's recipients as we're all sitting trying to guess who they are. Our last year's recipients are Lori Schaefer-Wheaton and Dr. Marty Gleason.
Good evening, everybody. So, I have figured out that the best part of being involved with Citizen of the Year is to see up close how many amazing individuals we have in Fairfield that work behind the scenes every day to make our community a better place. The applications for this recognition are many, all with unique qualifications. This year's recipient is no exception to that rule. This is a person who generously gives of her time, talents, and treasures. No cause is too small, no job is too much. She organizes the tasks, motivates others to believe in the cause, fundraises the money, and always leaves with kindness and a giving spirit. And as she serves, she honors the people she works side by side with, as well as the organization. The focus is always on the mission, and she just quietly goes about getting stuff done to the benefit of all of those around her and our entire community. I am so honored, and hopefully not teary, but I'm so honored to present this year's Citizen of the Year award to someone I consider to be a friend, a consummate professional, and someone I have looked up to for more than 25 years. Sorry. So, this person is, I'm not very good at the whole secret thing for like 3 pages. So the person I'm talking about is Lori Fry. Lori Fry, but I do have more to say, so. Lori Fry grew up as Lori Matson in the Lockridge area, graduating FHS in 1981 and marrying her high school sweetheart, Greg Fry, in 1984. She started her business, Lori Fry Decorating, in 2000, and all along the way, she was volunteering, giving back, and making Fairfield a better place. Together, Lori and Greg have raised 4 amazing kids. Brittany, Danielle, Colton, and Dylan. And now they also have 7 grandchildren. This town is not only lucky to have Lori and Greg, but they're also lucky to have all of the Fry family staying in Fairfield, each bringing their own talents and contributions, starting businesses, and raising the next generation of volunteers. On a side note, I get to this is like a news flash. Congratulations to Colton and Mackenzie for their very recent engagement. Okay, but back to Lori. There's more about Lori. It's hard to know where to start with this tribute for Lori, so I'll start with a long list of characteristics that make her so special. Faithful, family-focused, community-minded, kind, generous, positive, inspirational, encouraging, creative, gracious, hardworking, fun, caring, genuine, and enthusiastic. And believe me, if you read the applications, the list goes on and on and on. So there's a few more out there I'm not mentioning. The list of our organizations that Lori has been a part of is also long, and her impact has been far-reaching. Word of Life Lutheran Church, to which I couldn't even list all the things she does for them. The Fairfield Booster Club, and of course just being the ongoing Fairfield Trojan sports fan in general. FHS After Prom Committee Chair, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, serving as an officer for the Carnegie Museum Foundation Board, and in her spare time, running her own interior design business. But most important, and I think she would say this too, is the role she's played in her own family. To them, not only was she an amazing mom who supported them in all of their activities and ventures, but she has set the bar high for being part of a community like Fairfield through volunteering and giving back. And she didn't just talk about these traits or tell them what they should be doing. She showed them and led by example. Her kids all see their mom's imprint on their lives and believe too that their job is to serve others when given that opportunity. She has set the example for giving back and making a difference, and her children, and now her grandchildren, are following in these very big footsteps. It's hard to think of a better legacy than that. So please join me in honoring and in congratulating this very worthy recipient of the Citizen of the Year.
I am completely shocked. I'm just shocked. I have no words to say. Thank you, Lori, for the kind words, and I'm just thankful to be in this community with great people, and so grateful that our family chose to come back here and raise their families, and so I just am thankful. I did notice that.
Okay, so my name is Marty Gleason, and I'm going to name the other half of this prestigious award that's the Outstanding Citizen of the Year award. Our nominee for this year is, as you would imagine, very busy, selfless, community-minded, and deserving of this honor. He and his wife and 2 children came to us in Fairfield in the late 1970s. It was employment that brought him here, but before long, he and his family became part of the fabric of our community. There was participation in Y Indian Guides and Princesses. It would be some older folks in here that might remember that little organization. Little League, Challenger League teams, the Kiwanis Club, which involves the annual Kids' Day Parade, pancake feed, registration and supervision of the campground at Old Threshers, and there was the Habitat for Humanity. And he was very involved with that, including a move from the original facility to the new one that they have out at Restore now. Our nominee has given of himself in many ways over his lifetime in our community, never seeking public recognition. The two areas that were brought up most by those that nominated him were church and conservation. Fairfield's outstanding citizen is a member of the Methodist Church. He has served on many committees, often as chairperson. He helps manage the investment funds and serves as assistant treasurer. He serves as an usher at services, helps with manual labor, mostly on the outside of the church, has been a delegate to annual conferences, and a buddy for disabled campers at church camp. He also helps prepare food bags for distribution by the food bank each month, and is in charge of monthly meal contributions to the Come to Supper Tuesday night meal, which is distributed at the First Lutheran Church. Now this involves shopping for groceries, plans the casseroles, recruits volunteers, and supervises the preparation of the food on the third Monday of each month. His work in conservation is just as extensive. He has been part of the Fairfield Trails group, in which he's helped build the bridge, the trail bridge, which is west of town, and helped preserve the Marsden Barns when the construction of the bypass was going on. He's a master of woodland manager, a member of the Iowa Woodland Owners Association, and has hosted a local forestry field day on his own property. He has established and managed native prairies and wildlife food plots. He has planted young trees and harvested mature trees. This guy is also an avid hunter and is a certified DNR hunter education instructor. For many years has volunteered to conduct youth hunter safety courses, youth fishing clinics, and youth archery education. It has been said you never truly tested your patience if you have never taken a child fishing. Well, Pete has taken hundreds of children fishing in all sorts of Iowa weather. Ladies and gentlemen, Fairfield's 2023 Outstanding Citizen goes to Pete Tolinaire.
Thank you, Marty. Well, this is the absolute last thing that I thought I would be doing tonight. I don't know what to say. I really appreciate the fact that I'm able to be here tonight to accept this award. I just can't believe that I would have had that kind of an impact on people throughout the years. And anyway, I'm very, very happy to be here and accept this. Don't know what more to say than thank you. And I hope that that whole list of things that I never really believed I did, and I hope that had an impact on a lot of folks, and I really appreciate this, and thank you very much for the award. It means a whole lot.
So let's raise our glasses to the winners, to the nominees, and to all who have contributed to the success and vitality of our community and our Chamber of Commerce. Cheers to a wonderful night of celebration, camaraderie, and endless possibility. Let's have another warm applause for all of the winners and sponsors and everyone who's made the night magical. We trust that you've had a wonderful evening, and please return the lanyards at the back of the stage. We know the Midwest One Bank logo is really cool, but we try to recycle those. Remember to fill out the survey about what you liked and what we can do better. We do actually read them. And as you go through 2024, start looking for award-winning behavior. It's easy to start jotting down those things that you notice now, so at the end of next year, when we say, tell us who did great things, you already have a list. And mark your calendar for next year, April 24, 2025. Thank you for joining us this evening and being part of our Chamber family. Safe travels and have a lovely evening.